Hey y'all, Frances here with day 2 of Louisa Heinzel and 49 Dragonflies Dephember prompt. I hope I'm saying that right. Should be a quickie today. This is actually a process. This is like the first mixed media process that I tried. Maremi Small Art did this on her channel. It's probably been years ago now, but it's always stuck in my brain, and I've recreated this 3, 4, 5 times already. It's my absolute favorite. So I'm just going to do it. I've got a playing card in front of me. I'm going to gesso it, and I believe the rest will be self-explanatory. Hopefully you will like it as much as I did when she did it originally. So here we go. All right, I am back. Our playing card is dry. Our chair is extra squeaky right now. So that's all in check. I cannot find my bag o' trash for texturing, so I got the things that were kind of around me. And then as far as paints go, these aren't the ones that I would have liked necessarily. I mean, they're not all bad, but I would have liked to get a few different ones, but I can't reach them right now because of what I've previously said. My craft room is in shambles and everything is piled everywhere and I can't get to anything. I've also got my Poscas out to do some marking. I think I've got the colors that I think that I would probably want to use. So the next step is painting this. What we're going to start with, let me zoom in here. So we are just going to put a little bit of paint. Let me mix this real quick. This is easier on a large surface, but we're working with what we got right now. And then we just randomly roll it on. I've got kind of a light buttermilk color here. And just gonna roll it on. No rhyme or reason. We just want the color on. And we've got some black here. Roll that on. Basically cover everything up we just did, which was not intentional, but that's what it is. And then we've got what will probably be our last color. Just a little bit of gold there. Well, that is just a muddy mess. I don't like it. Okay, take 2. We got rid of as much of that other as I could because it was just way too overwhelmingly black. So let's stick with our lighter colors. Okay, then do a little more yellow here. It'd be great if I could have got my hands on a green. but that's not the case. So we're going to see what kind of texture we can get with these few things that we've got here. These are just from Dollar Tree. I think they're like the cake decorating thingies. Got some on the bigger side here. Okay. Now I'm going to take maybe some more of this gold. That was a nice color. We're just gonna go kind of around the rim just to kind of make a circle. If it's not perfect, that's okay, because most of this will be covered up. So it's not that big of a deal. And I'm wondering what would happen. Can this roll? I don't know. Just make a big old mess here. Not really. It was a nice thought, but that's okay. No worries. I'm going to let this dry, and then I will come back with the Poscas and do some more kind of doodling on it. Okay, voiceover Francis is going to take over for a little bit. Just doing some doodles here. It doesn't really matter what you do, how many of them you do. Actually, kind of the more the better, because it's going to get covered up, at least in part. So if you try this, don't think you're doing too much, because you're probably not. You're only going to see a small segment at the end of this. I don't know how much sound this is picking up, but there's like a little bar on the editing screen that kind of goes up with the volume or down, whatever. It is so windy outside that it is picking up the wind, at least according to this. And it's like taking it all the way into the yellow and partially into the red. Must be kind of scary out there right now. Anyways, just doodling. After this was over, I was putting my Poscas away, and I'm like, where did all that white paint all over these come from? And as I'm sitting here watching it, I'm seeing them slowly stack up into that puddle of wet white paint up top. Sometimes I worry about myself. As you can tell, I haven't used a lot of these Poscas before, so priming them was something I absolutely should have done beforehand, but I really thought that I've used more of these than I actually have. Definitely something I need to look at, though, in the future. Okay, now we are just going to cover up certain areas of the card with lids, anything, any shape that you want, and spray it with white. I've used spray paint. I've used like this distress ink, whatever you can use to kind of fade out the background. Some of it's always going to show through, I think. I don't think I've ever got it to be completely white, but that's okay too. It's kind of nice to see through. Normally I would let it dry on its own, but I was on a mission this evening, so I dabbed probably a little bit off more than I should, but also it's part of it's going to be covered up with draft, so I wasn't too worried about it. Pardon my chair. I actually have a new chair, a new to me chair, sitting out in the kitchen right now. I can't fit it in my craft room because of the state everything is in. So here I sit with a squeaky chair that I hate when there's a good one sitting out in the kitchen that I could use. Trying to get my charger because everything's going to fall apart here in a minute. Here we go. I found some sari silk that I thought would go perfectly with this because it needed a little bit of something else to kind of finish it up. I do add some splatters, but maybe not the kind of splatters that were intended, just because splatters make my brain hurt. Sometimes they're great, other times they don't work for me. Sometimes the chaos doesn't work for me, I guess. So I do add some dots, and I'm going to say that those qualify as splatters because there's nobody here to tell me otherwise. Found another Tim Holtz sentiment to add on there. I have some, what do they call those? Little dotty things. I can't think of the word. Pam with Paper Outpost uses them all the time. It starts with an S. I don't know why my brain can't think of it. Anyways, I have some, couldn't find them, so I'm using this Lumiere paint. It works pretty well. The dots I don't think are as fine, but that's okay. And here's our finished product. I'm pretty happy with that. I like the momentum I'm building here, and I am going to start thinking about what I'm going to do on day 3. Talk to you later. Bye.